project that we shouldn't draw lines in this pursuit of architectural excellence or ideals and dreams, because all of us are really fired by the same passion. So what if as an institute architect, it has to do its political job, but equally, I think if there are any one of you who start a new group to address architectural concerns, that should be encouraged. So I think tonight is a rare occasion because it's the first time that SIA and REACT come together on this very special and meaningful title about building community. So I'm very, very excited and pleased to take part in this. I'm sure a lot of you chose your career as architect not because you want to earn more money, right? Yes, no? Let the truth be told. But anyway, I think a part of us deep inside always felt that there's something we can do for society with the skills that we have, no matter how small or how little. So I think tonight we're going to hear three persons talking about that. I think we save more time to have a friendly, exciting session at the end of it, rather than hear me talk more. That's also my old friend King Soon here joining us. Great to see you. Okay, let me start by introducing the first speaker. Again, no stranger for those of you who participate in the Habitat for Humanity program. He's none other than Teck Meng, Yong Teck Meng. Okay, as part of the formality, let me just read about who he is. He's the National Director for Habitat for Humanity. It's a non-profit Christian housing organization. It seeks to eliminate poverty, housing, and homelessness from the world. Fantastic. And to make decent shelter a matter of conscience and action. I think you have a lot of explanation to do tonight. But anyway, I think your title is Changing the World Through Community Involvement. Why don't we put our hands together and welcome?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. My name is Teck Meng. I actually went to have both the National Director of Habitat Singapore and also get involved in work in China. So I'm involved in the Sichuan earthquake relief work as well. Earlier I passed around this little piece of contraption and without instructions because I know the architects will figure out what they do. A lot of you quickly follow into a house, some of you try to make it more than a house, you know, as architects always do. Those of you who have received this will need to give us a donation on the way out. there's a house looking, just kidding. What I meant to say is those of you who do not receive it also need to give us a donation. Well, we are a charity that is very unusual. We are very focused on one thing. We are focused on housing. You know, there are many charities out there doing all sorts of things. We believe that every human being made in the image and likeness of God should not be allowed to live like an animal anywhere in the world, regardless of their race, language, or religion. We go out there and we do our best to help them. The other thing that is very unique about the way we work is that we basically build communities. We bring communities together to achieve these goals. As you know, there are many places in the world where you will see a lot of all these slum houses. As close as Batam, as far away as anywhere imaginable. And I'm sure some of you already know that Singapore has just been designated by the United Nations to be one of the rare few cities in the world where there are no slum housing. So this is officially the place that you don't get to see slum housing. So actually you will see many different kind of terrible housing conditions everywhere in the world, and I've seen my share of them, especially in rural areas in China, in some of the places in Indonesia as well. But as close to Singapore as Batam, you do see some of the people living in sheds that look something like that. And even in developed countries like Australia, you do see people who are trapped in a rental kind of situation. They never ever get out of the rental trap. Habitat for Humanity is a Christian housing organization that has a very, very audacious goal. It believes that we will eliminate poverty housing from the face of the world. We work with volunteers of all shapes and sizes, of all persuasion, for people of all faith background and nationalities. So the goal is very simple: no more poverty housing, and a world where every person really have a decent place to live in. And this is the vision that drives all of us as we go around the world. We just believe that it is not acceptable that a human being should be living in a place where you wouldn't even keep your dog sometimes. So what we do is that we transform a place that looks like this into a place that looks like this. This is the result of a blitz build where lots of volunteers, thousands of them will appear at the same time. Within a short period of time, they go in and they finish a house. And typically this happens when a VVIP appears, which I'll explain later. But most of the time we work with volunteers in a smaller setting like this family in Kuching, the owner family. So they live in a place that looks like this, and we bring in volunteers to transform it to a place that looks like this. Now, if you're observant enough, they actually wear the same clothing in both pictures. That is because the old house is typically across the road. And this is where the magic of habitat comes in. When the volunteers come in together, they will be building a simple, affordable, decent house, and at the same time they can see the previous house right across the road. And so the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction is there, because you are seeing for yourself how you're transforming the life of a family. And of course, if you get to be there where the house is completed, that's the most wonderful thing, because you'll cry, he'll cry, they'll cry, everybody will cry together. It's a very moving experience. Now this is an example of how we function. Essentially, you bring together a lot of volunteers who will put in labor to build a house, and at the same time, donate money towards the cost of the whole event, construction of the material, management, and everything, and the money goes into a pool called the Fund for Humanity. The thing that is very unusual for us is that we bring together the home partner as well. This is where the community comes in. Home partner will have to commit to put in about 200 over hours of house building. So he will complete his own house and build his neighbor's house. And we will put in labor. And after the volunteers go, the home partner will have to repay the cost of a house in a not-for-profit manner, so that he will really own the house. So we are not a welfare agency. We do not give things away for free typically. So we always say that we are not a hand-out organization, we are a hand-up organization. And so the money goes into here, then you get different donations, different projects to continue to put in funds, and the whole thing goes into building more houses, and it goes round and round. Now this sort of model is in place in about 90 countries worldwide where Habitat has its presence. We've been around for 31 years in the world. In Singapore, we have been around about 5 years because the URA would not allow us to build anything here. So this whole model essentially places a lot of emphasis in community. It's all about the community. We want to bring together people to solve real problems. It's not just writing out a check. You go out there, you get your hands dirty, and you get moving. So the home partner typically will be very poor, so we have many different interesting terms, like sweat equity. So they put in sweat equity as part of their payment first. But more importantly, we bring in volunteers of all persuasion, all shapes and sizes to come together. Our most famous volunteer is ex-US President Jimmy Carter, who will give about a week of his time every year to build something somewhere in the world. So this year he is going to be in the Mekong region, building in Chiang Mai in November, and he will also be in Sichuan to do some dedication work. Jimmy Carter is 85 this year. Now he is a serious builder, not a take a picture and then disappear into an aircon room type, you know. He's a real serious person with carpentry skills, and he really knows how to handle the nail in very well. He and his wife has been around for a long time, for us since 1984.